actress Ashley Judd after sustaining what she calls catastrophic injuries while in the Congo.
In an unexpected twist of fate, Ashley Judd, a renowned actress revered for her on-screen portrayals, found herself entangled in a real-life drama in the heart of the Congo. Her journey, propelled by an ardent passion for the land and its people, descended into a perilous ordeal as she confronted a grave injury deep within the jungle's embrace.
My Congolese brothers who were doing it barefoot up and over hills through the river.
This is the tale of her survival, a testament to human resilience and the profound bond of solidarity that transcends borders, cultures, and circumstances. And into the wild, Ashley Judd's passion for the Congo. Ashley Judd, a luminary on the silver screen, had long harbored an affinity for places far removed from the limelight. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, a land draped in the verdant lushness of the rainforest and pulsing with the rich tapestry of diverse cultures, had captured her heart. Her passion was not merely a fleeting fascination, but a profound connection that beckoned her into its depths, urging her to explore and embrace its wild, untrammeled beauty. The Congo, with its sprawling jungles and meandering rivers, was a world apart from the structured chaos of Hollywood. Here, in the heart of Africa, nature reigned supreme, untouched and untainted by the modern world's relentless march. It was a place where one could listen to the symphony of life, from the cacophonous cries of exotic birds to the rustling whispers of ancient trees. For Ashley, it was a sanctuary that offered solace and a sense of belonging that the glittering avenues of fame could never provide. Her journey into the Congo was not a mere adventure. It was a pilgrimage. She was drawn to the land not just for its natural splendor, but also for the warmth and resilience of its people. The Congolese, despite the relentless trials they faced, from political turmoil to the scourges of poverty, exuded a spirit that was both humbling and inspiring. In their smiles, their music, and their unyielding zest for life, Ashley found a reflection of the human spirit's indomitable nature. But the Congo was also a land of paradoxes. Beneath its serene exterior, it nursed wounds inflicted by years of conflict and exploitation. It was a terrain where beauty and brutality coexisted, where the tranquility of the rainforest was often pierced by the echoes of strife. Yet, it was this very complexity that drew Ashley closer, urging her to delve deeper and understand the land and its inhabitants beyond the veneer of superficial impressions. As an advocate for conservation and human rights, Ashley's sojourns into the Congo were more than just personal escapades. They were missions imbued with purpose, driven by a desire to lend her voice to the voiceless and shine a light on issues often shrouded in the shadows. She immersed herself in the local communities, listening to their stories, sharing in their joys and sorrows, and advocating for their plight on global platforms. On this particular expedition, Ashley's steps were guided by an intention to explore the wild, to witness firsthand the majesty of the Congo's biodiversity. The jungle, a kaleidoscope of greens, was a living, breathing entity teeming with life in all its forms. It was a realm where the dance of existence played out in its most primal form, untamed and unscripted. A fateful expedition, the accident in the jungle. Ashley Judd's journey through the Congo's verdant expanse was an immersion into the raw symphony of life that pulsated through the jungle. Accompanied by the seasoned whispers of the ancient forest, she ventured forth, her heart alight with the thrill of exploration and a deep-seated reverence for the natural world that cradled her every step. This expedition was not just a sojourn, but a pilgrimage into the untamed heart of the earth. As the group meandered through the dense underbrush, each step was a testament to Ashley's resolve to connect with the land that had long beckoned her soul. The forest, a living mosaic of greens and browns, whispered secrets of ages past, inviting her to listen, to understand, to become one with its timeless narrative. The day had been arduous, yet fulfilling, as they traversed challenging terrain, fording streams and scaling inclines that seemed to stretch towards the heavens. But the Congo, in all its untamed glory, held surprises at every turn. its beauty matched only by the inherent dangers that lurked within its depths. As twilight approached, the forest transformed. Shadows lengthened, and the lush canopy became a tapestry interwoven with the dying light of day and the creeping tendrils of darkness. It was in this transitional realm where light and dark danced in a fleeting embrace that the unforeseen struck. The headlamp that Ashley relied on, her beacon in the encroaching gloom, flickered treacherously before succumbing to the shadows. The path, once clear, now lay shrouded in a veil of uncertainty. Every step became a gamble, every movement a leap of faith in the face of the unseen. In this dim realm, a fallen tree, a silent sentinel of the forest floor, lay concealed by the deceptive play of shadows. It was an obstacle unnoticed until it was too late. A misstep, a momentary lapse in the delicate ballet of footfalls, and Ashley found herself ensnared in a situation far removed from any script she had ever encountered. Anguish in the rainforest, the immediate aftermath. In the immediate aftermath of the fall, Ashley Judd's world contracted to a single point of acute pain. The lush rainforest around her blurred into a green haze, the chorus of insects and birds fading behind the throbbing pulse of her shattered leg. The wilds of the Congo, once an expanse of beauty and wonder, had in an instant transformed into an arena of suffering and survival. As her companions rallied to her side, the severity of the situation became painfully clear. Her leg, a vital instrument of her mobility and independence, was now a source of excruciating torment. The fracture was severe, a grotesque distortion that spoke volumes of the trauma endured. Ashley's breaths came in shallow gasps, each inhalation a battle against the waves of pain that threatened to pull her under. The isolation of the rainforest, often a balm to the soul seeking solitude, now presented a daunting obstacle. They were miles from civilization, enveloped by a labyrinth of foliage and shadow, far from the sterile corridors and expert hands of a hospital. Time, so often an ally in the pursuit of healing, now raced against them, each passing minute a thief stealing away the precious moments needed for rescue and recovery. The men who had accompanied her, faces etched with concern and determination, understood the gravity of the situation. Papa Jean, a seasoned guide whose eyes had seen many a sunrise and set over the Congo, took charge. His voice, steady and calm, belied the urgency of their predicament. With a deftness born of experience, he examined the fractured limb, his hands gentle yet firm. Ashley, her senses heightened by the intensity of the moment, clung to consciousness by a thread. The manipulation of her leg, necessary as it was, sent jolts of pain coursing through her body, a symphony of agony played on the strings of her nerves. She bit down on a stick, a primitive but necessary means to channel and bear the pain, as Papa Jean worked to realign the disjointed bones. Around her, the rainforest bore silent witness to her ordeal. The trees, ancient sentinels of this verdant realm, stood tall and unmoving, their leaves whispering secrets in the wind. The very air seemed charged with tension, as if the forest itself was holding its breath, waiting for the outcome of this human drama unfolding in its heart. An unlikely rescue. Dieu merci and the power of human compassion. In the dense tapestry of the Congolese rainforest, amidst the cacophony of wildlife and rustling leaves, a remarkable tale of compassion and resilience unfolded. The central figure in this narrative was Dieu merci, a name that would forever be etched in the annals of Ashley Judd's life. A name that, when translated, means, "Thanks be to God." Dieu merci was not a trained medic, nor a seasoned rescuer accustomed to navigating the treacherous intricacies of disaster relief. He was, in essence, an ordinary man thrust into an extraordinary situation. But within him burned a light of compassion and empathy that would illuminate the path to Ashley's salvation. As Ashley lay on the forest floor, her leg grotesquely disfigured and pain enveloping her being, Dieu merci knelt beside her. In the vast expanse of the wilderness, he became her anchor, a steady presence in the maelstrom of her suffering. Without hesitation, he offered his leg as a splint for hers, a physical manifestation of the invisible thread of human connection that binds us all. For 5 long hours, Dumercy remained steadfast, his leg serving as a makeshift support to Ashley's injured limb. He did not wince, nor did he falter, his focus unwavering as he shared in the burden of her pain. The rainforest, often a symphony of life, was punctuated by Ashley's cries of agony, a stark reminder of the fragility of human existence. But it was not just physical support that Dumercy provided. In those hours of torment, he became a witness to Ashley's primal pain, a silent guardian whose presence was a balm to her lacerated spirit. In the depth of her suffering, in the face of the unrelenting assault on her senses, she was not alone. Dumercy was there, a testament to the profound power of human empathy. The rescue operation was a patchwork of courage and ingenuity, a collage of faces and names that would become the tapestry of Ashley's recovery. There was Papa John, the orchestrator of the initial realignment, whose hands had danced the delicate ballet of setting dislocated bones. And then there were the 6 men who fashioned a hammock from their surroundings, cradling Ashley in its embrace as they embarked on the treacherous journey through the jungle. But it was Dumercy's sacrifice that stood out, a beacon of selflessness in the unforgiving wilderness. His actions spoke of a truth often forgotten in the hustle of daily life, that at our core, we are beings capable of extraordinary kindness, that within each of us lies the capacity to be someone's miracle in their hour of need. Papa John's heroics, a glimpse of hope amid despair. In the heart of the Congolese rainforest, a setting where nature's raw beauty intertwines with its unforgiving realities, the saga of Ashley Judd's struggle for survival continued to unfold. It was in this primal environment, where the boundary between life and death is threadbare, that Papa John emerged as an unexpected hero, a beacon of hope in the thick of despair. Papa Jean's entrance into the narrative was as dramatic as the backdrop against which it occurred. After a grueling 5-hour search, he found Ashley in a state of utter distress, her body racked with pain and her leg grotesquely disfigured. The circumstances were dire and the challenges formidable, yet Papa Jean's resolve was unwavering. In a moment that would become the pivot upon which the scales of Ashley's fate would tip, Papa Jean approached her with a mixture of sternness and compassion. There was an air of quiet authority about him, a sense that he had stared down adversity before and emerged the victor. With a demeanor that exuded confidence, he assessed the situation, his eyes reflecting a depth of experience that belied his unassuming presence. Papa Jean's hands were those of a craftsman, weathered by time and toil, yet capable of remarkable delicacy. As he began the harrowing task of setting Ashley's broken bones, those hands danced a delicate ballet of precision and care. Despite the absence of medical instruments and the rudimentary setting, Papa John's movements were methodical, guided by an innate understanding of the human anatomy and a profound sense of empathy. Ashley, in her agony, clung to a stick, her knuckles white, her body convulsing with each manipulation of her shattered limb. The pain was elemental, raw and consuming, yet through the haze of her torment, she was acutely aware of Papa Jean's heroics. His actions were a blend of art and medicine, a testament to the human capacity to rise above constraints and perform feats of extraordinary valor. It was a brutal process, one that required not just physical strength, but an indomitable will. Papa John's efforts were not just a battle against the limitations of the environment, but a confrontation with the very essence of pain itself. Not once, but twice, he had to reset Ashley's leg, each time a Herculean task that demanded everything of both patient and healer. A community rallies, the journey to medical help. The narrative of Ashley Judd's agonizing odyssey in the Congo is incomplete without acknowledging the extraordinary communal effort that transformed her path from one of potential tragedy to one of survival and hope. In this chapter of her journey, the profound spirit of communal solidarity comes to the fore, as a group of locals banded together to undertake a mission that was nothing short of heroic. Following the excruciating bone-setting performed by Papa John, the next phase of Ashley's rescue required transporting her through the labyrinthine rainforest to the nearest point where medical help could be accessed. The task was daunting, navigating treacherous terrain marked by undulating hills and slippery pathways, all while ensuring the safety and comfort of someone in acute physical distress. Yet, the resolve of the community was unwavering. 6 men stepping forward as silent sentinels of empathy crafted a makeshift hammock. With materials sourced from the heart of the jungle, they created a conveyance that was both sturdy and gentle, befitting the gravity of their mission. The hammock, while a simple structure, was a profound symbol of the community's resolve to uphold one of their own, albeit a visitor from a distant land. As they commenced the arduous trek, each step was a testament to their collective strength and determination. The terrain did not yield easily. Its undulating contours and hidden pitfalls made the journey as physically challenging as it was mentally taxing. Yet, the men moved with a sense of purpose that transcended the physical ordeal, their faces etched with resolve and their eyes fixed on the path ahead. Amidst the cacophony of the jungle, the only sounds that pierced through were the shuffling of feet and the occasional instruction to navigate a particularly difficult stretch. The journey was punctuated by moments of intense struggle as the carriers adjusted their grip and recalibrated their stance to maintain balance and ensure Ashley's safety. The journey, which stretched over 3 grueling hours, was not just a physical journey but an emotional odyssey. With each step, the men were not just carrying Ashley, they were carrying the hopes of a community, the unspoken pact of humanity that binds us to aid those in distress. Their faces, glistening with the sheen of exertion, were mirrors reflecting the essence of communal resilience and compassion. Enduring pain, a test of resilience on the back of a motorbike. The saga of Ashley Judd's harrowing journey through the Congo had now reached a critical juncture. Having been carried through the dense undergrowth of the rainforest and over the rugged terrain, she found herself facing yet another formidable challenge, a grueling 6-hour motorbike ride, a test of resilience that would push her to the very brink of her physical and mental endurance. As Ashley took her place on the motorbike, sandwiched between her 2 saviors, Didier and Maradona, the enormity of the challenge ahead became palpable. The bike, a rudimentary machine not designed for such arduous journeys, became the vessel upon which Ashley's hopes of survival now rested. The road ahead was a tortuous path, characterized by its unforgiving nature, a patchwork of ruts and gullies formed by the relentless tropical downpours. Didier, the man entrusted with navigating this treacherous path, assumed his position at the helm with a quiet determination. His hands, though calloused by the labors of daily life, gripped the handlebars with a gentleness born of the knowledge that he carried precious cargo. Behind Ashley sat Maradona, whose name evoked the prowess of his legendary namesake, now tasked with a different kind of ballgame, one that involved the delicate balancing of a shattered limb. As the motorbike lurched forward, the journey that ensued was a relentless assault on the senses. The roar of the engine was a constant drone, punctuated by the staccato rhythm of the wheels navigating the uneven terrain. The landscape blurred into a mosaic of greens and browns, the lushness of the Congo's flora a stark contrast to the stark reality of Ashley's ordeal. With every jolt and jerk, waves of pain coursed through Ashley's body, each bump in the road a cruel reminder of her vulnerability. Her leg, precariously positioned and cradled by Maradona's steady hands, was a constant source of agony. The shattered bones, held together by sheer will and the tenuous grip of her rescuers, seemed to echo the tumultuous journey with their throbbing pain. Sisters in suffering, the women who held her together. In the heart of the Congo, amidst the verdant expanse of the rainforest, a narrative of suffering and solace was unfolding. The pain etched into Ashley Judd's features was a stark testament to the ordeal she had endured, a harrowing testament to the fragility of human existence. Yet in the midst of this tableau of anguish, there emerged a poignant vignette of empathy and solidarity, personified by the Congolese women who rallied to her side. These women, whose lives were etched with the hard lines of their own stories of survival, instinctively recognized the universal language of pain. They gathered around Ashley, their presence forming a cocoon of compassion within which she could seek temporary refuge from her agony. In their eyes, Ashley saw reflections of her own vulnerability, and in their touch, she found a balm for her tormented body and soul. With gentle hands, these sisters in suffering cradled Ashley, their touch infused with an innate understanding of her plight. Their fingers, hardened by the toils of daily life, moved with a tenderness that belied their calluses. They held her shattered leg with a careful reverence, mindful of the agony that even the slightest pressure could inflict. The women, with their nurturing presence, became the unsung heroines of Ashley's story. They did not boast the physical strength of the men who had carried her through the jungle, nor did they possess the medical knowledge of the professionals awaiting her in South Africa. Yet, they offered something equally vital: the healing power of human connection. In their soft murmurs and soothing songs, Ashley found a lullaby for her pain. The lilting melodies sung in the mellifluous tones of their native tongue were a balm to her frayed nerves. These were not songs of lament, but anthems of resilience, each note a thread in the tapestry of their collective endurance. A tale of two worlds, the stark contrast in medical facilities. Ashley Judd's journey through the heart of the Congo was not just a testament to human endurance and compassion, but also a stark revelation of the disparities between worlds. As she was whisked away from the nurturing embrace of the Congolese women, a new chapter in her ordeal unfolded, laying bare the chasm between medical facilities in the developed and developing world. The dense canopy of the rainforest had shielded more than just the vibrant flora and fauna of the Congo. It had also obscured the harsh reality of limited medical infrastructure in the region. As Ashley lay in the back of the motorbike, racing against time, she was acutely aware that the Congolese landscape, though rich in natural beauty, was impoverished in medical resources. Upon her arrival in South Africa, Ashley was immediately thrust into the antiseptic reality of modern medicine. The cold sterility of the ICU trauma unit was a world away from the verdant embrace of the Congo. Here, in this temple of technology, machines beeped and whirred, their electronic symphony a stark contrast to the organic rhythms of the jungle. The disparity was jarring. In South Africa, Ashley found herself surrounded by state-of-the-art medical equipment, each piece a marvel of engineering designed to probe, heal, and save. The crisp white coats of the medical professionals spoke of a world where healthcare was a given, not a luxury. Here, in this bastion of modern medicine, Ashley's shattered leg would receive the attention it so desperately needed. But the gleaming corridors of the hospital also served as a mirror, reflecting the harrowing inequality between the healthcare available to her and that accessible to her Congolese rescuers. In the Congo, medical facilities were often rudimentary, their sparse resources a glaring testament to the challenges faced by healthcare professionals in the region. The Congolese people, resilient though they were often at the mercy of a system strained by lack of funding, infrastructure, and access. Reflections from a hospital bed, gratitude and realizations. As Ashley Judd lay in her hospital bed, the sterile white surroundings a stark contrast to the lush greenery of the Congo, her mind was a tumultuous sea of emotions. Her body, a map of trauma and healing, bore the physical marks of her ordeal. But it was her soul that carried the deeper imprints of her journey. In the quiet of her room, with the hum of medical machinery as her constant companion, Ashley found herself in a reflective state, her thoughts a mosaic of gratitude, realizations, and a renewed sense of purpose. Gratitude was the most persistent of these thoughts, an undercurrent that ran through every memory of her harrowing experience. It began with the Congolese people, the men and women who had emerged as her guardians in the heart of the jungle. Dieu merci, whose name itself was a prayer of thanks, had been her pillar of strength. Papa Jean, the architect of her rescue. The women, her sisters in spirit, all had played a part in her survival. They had been her light in the darkest of times, and for that, her heart swelled with a profound sense of thankfulness. This gratitude extended beyond individuals to a recognition of the interconnectedness of all life. The Congo, with its untamed beauty and raw ferocity, had been both her adversary and her savior. It had taught her the delicate balance of nature, the resilience required to navigate its challenges, and the humility to accept help when needed. Ashley knew that her journey had been more than just a physical one. It had been an odyssey of the soul. As she lay in contemplation, realizations dawned upon her like the first rays of sunlight after a stormy night. The accident, as brutal as it had been, had stripped away the veneer of celebrity and privilege, revealing the core of her humanity. It had been a leveler, a reminder of her vulnerability and mortality. In the grand tapestry of life, she was but a single thread, her existence intertwined with countless others, each with their own stories of struggle and triumph. This brush with mortality had also ignited a fire within her, a desire to use her voice and platform for something greater than herself. The disparity in medical facilities, the courage of her rescuers, the beauty and plight of the Congo, these were narratives that needed to be told, stories that could inspire action and change. Ashley felt a responsibility, an almost missionary zeal to advocate for those who had become her family in spirit.